We are live.
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
So,
gosh.
it seems like since we've been talking, since we've been doing this, a lot of people want to get the heck out of the United States.
Well, you know me. I think we need to leave the United States and especially Black folks because, as my fellow YouTuber says, you cannot heal and cope at the same time. And America's toxic. I mean, when I hear the news coming through whatever you're watching on your computer, I start to get PTSD, right?
And she's on a mission, her mission is to get every Black person out of the United
Out of the
States.
United States. They do not deserve us and our hard work, our compassion, and our commitment to community. I mean, last weekend they had 10 mass shootings in one weekend.
That's a damn shame.
It is a shame. It is. I mean, there have been more mass shootings than there have been days of the year for 2023, right? What did you say? How many? Like
73, 78, something like that. The last number I heard, it might have been, might have risen since then.
I'm sure it has. I'm sure it has. So we're going to talk about why you need to leave the United States. And we're going to hear from some folks who felt a need to leave.
To get out.
Yes. But first, let's introduce ourselves. Y'all know, my name is Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, travel, and retiring abroad as we build generational wealth.
Yes.
So who are our special guests today?
Today, our special guests are Penny and June.
Yes, and they left the United States quick, fast, and in a hurry. You're going to hear all about it and how they did that. But first, if you are new to our channel, then you might not know that about 6.5 years ago now, Rick and I got a wake-up call. Oh my gosh, we were getting close to and at retirement age, and we looked at our finances and it looked crazy.
Crazy.
But about 3.5 years ago, we got our financial act together and we went from negative 22,000 to today over $1 million in net worth. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, please, please, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, share this information with a friend who could, this could help, and then hit that notification bell so you know every single time we drop a new video. All right, so without further ado, let's talk to some folks who felt a strong need to leave the United States. And I just want to preface this by saying that, number one, Portugal is not for everyone. And then number two, you don't want to just be running away from something. You also want to run to something else, right? It just can't be escape. So wherever you move to, you don't want to get out of the frying pan and into the fire. And you have to make sure that where you're running to is something worthy of your presence there. So let's say hello.
June and Penny.
Hey, June and Penny, how are you?
Hello.
So why don't you introduce yourselves and then we'll say hello to who is watching.
Okay. Hey, I'm Penny.
And I'm June.
And we are the Currys.
Oh, you guys practiced that.
Cool.
I love it. I love it. And how long have you guys been together?
Oh, pretty close to 20 years.
Pretty close to 20 years. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. And you moved from which state?
We moved here from Texas. That was the final state. Yes.
So I call it Texas.
Hey, now be nice.
That's what I call it. So let's
All
say
my exes live in Texas.
So you hear that? All his exes.
It's a song.
I am very familiar with George Strait.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I guess I'm not hip. Hey, Auntie Trey from the Outer Banks of North Carolina on vacation. Good for you.
Wow,
Good for you.
cool.
We want you guys to design a life that you do not need to take a vacation from. So, hey, Holly, good to see you. Action VJ, we love you. Hit the like button as he says.
Hey.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Excited for this live. We are too. And, Penny and June have a great story. So you want to stick around to the end to hear the whole thing. Hello, Raquel. Good to see you. Raquel Flying Free. Is that a new name?
It might be.
Yeah, I don't know, or you haven't commented. So if you're not new, we're sorry, but welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Maria
Maria Marguerite.
and Marguerite and Dainty Keisha. That's a new name. Hey there. I'm glad you made it. Hey,
Hey, Dainty
Regina.
Keisha.
Hey, Vicky and Meriton and Vanessa. Good to see you
Hey,
again.
Vanessa.
We saw you yesterday, I
Yep.
believe, in our class. Beyond the Bling information is in the description. There's still time, right, to get the bonus. Well,
Yes.
a few of the bonus live Q&A sessions with Rick and myself. And so it's Money Mindset Makeover for Financial Independence. I believe Penny and June have signed up. So, so KB, good to see you. Kelly, good to see you. Venus, haven't seen you in a while. Hey there. Hey, Greta.
Greta.
Robert Parkin, sounds like a new name. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grace from New Jersey. If you're watching from the future, hey, say hello and let us know where you're logging into. Definitely. Red blonde chick. I love it. But I think I saw you on Stephanie Perry yesterday, Red Blonde Chick. I think so. Hey, Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Christy G, Lucille, Barbara Dennis. Good to see you. Evelyn from Alabama. It's time to go, girl. It's time to go. Sharon, good to see you. Professor, how are you? Killer Queen, Seashell. Big Sis Dula, hey there. Good to see you, Danica. Deborah, good to see you. MT, glad you made it. Rhonda's in the house. Let's see. Hello, community. Love being with y'all today. We love having you.
We love having you.
Yes. Hey, Summertime, My Peace, and Kimberly. All right, y'all. There's a lot of you guys in. So greetings from Cincinnati. Ooh, Burr. It was a little cold today, but it wasn't that bad, right? I don't know if you, yeah. I mean, I put on a lot of stuff, then I went out for my walk and I started shedding.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
As we went, right?
Yeah, you always do that.
Yeah, I do. I do.
90 degrees.
I get cold easily. All right, let's get it started. Let's talk about it.
So tell us, what was your life like in the U.S.?
Busy.
Yes.
Extremely busy. We both had different things going on. Me with my business, Miss Penny's Kitchen. Pre-COVID, every weekend was extremely busy at a market or doing some type of festival, and no weekends off. And so, yeah, it was just really busy, even though, and I set my own schedule, but didn't realize how busy we were until COVID hit. And, and things changed. I pulled the plug at 2020, just to slow down for me. But,
and between helping Penny out with her business with Miss Penny's Kitchen, I also had my own business, JRS Graphic Design, where I did apparel and banners and just graphic design work along with a full-time job. So we stayed pretty busy. We and like she said, we didn't realize, probably like a lot of people, when COVID hit and the world shut down, we didn't realize just how busy we were and just how tired we were.
Yeah. And how is your health?
I'm great. Besides the car accident.
No, I mean, when you were working 1,000 hours a week back in the U.S.
I was more tired than anything. I will say I'm blessed because I don't have any pre-existing health issues, but being tired and stressed, it's the same. You might as well have all these other health issues going on, because eventually those things will cause it. So
exactly. And that's the thing. We were so stressed out, and you don't realize when you're in the thick of it, you don't realize how everything is affecting you until you get an opportunity to leave. or even if you take a little bit of an extended vacation. I remember crying when I had to go back, literally. Literally. See?
Yes. Yeah.
Something's wrong with that picture.
It is.
It is.
It is. I mean, during COVID, it was when I think we realized that we just needed to get away. So we started by going to Mexico.
Okay.
For like a week. We had a great time. And low key, when we came back, I started doing a little research. And I was like, cost of living, we could do this. It's still close to Texas. And didn't get a big response from June. But I just thought, maybe not Mexico. And then it didn't hit us what we really wanted to do until 2021.
So you were already considering moving abroad, moving outside of the United States?
I was, just because I knew retirement was coming for me.
Okay.
And felt like there was more.
Yeah.
It was more. I could get more without giving more, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of my whole retirement, and that's a lot of what it was based on earlier. And then, of course, things changed.
I thought about it, living abroad, but it was always that, you talk about it. I'm originally from the Caribbean. So I used to say, I think I could spend half the year in the Caribbean, maybe in Barbados, and half the year in the States. You talk about it, but I don't know, to be honest with you, how much of a reality I thought it could actually be of actually living, abroad. It was a good thought.
Right.
We know about that.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about it. We even went so far as to look up real estate, like in different places that we had visited. We could live here, we could live there. Mm-hmm. But deep down inside, I don't believe that I ever really truly believed that it could come true.
Exactly.
Did you?
No.
See? And so is your family from Barbados then, June?
My father's from Barbados. My mom is from the island of Tobago.
Okay.
I was actually born in Grenada. So I've got lots of family in the Caribbean, and I love the water. So that was my thought, the Caribbean. It sounded good. 6 months in the Caribbean, 6 months in the States,
Right.
It sounded good. But like I said, it was just I think honestly and truly in my mind, it was just a thought. Never really thought that actually leaving the United States could actually be a real thing.
Yeah, exactly. So why did you guys decide to leave?
Probably a few reasons. I think what kind of, we once again, the thought was there in our minds, but there's a few things that kind of really got it going. The first thing, probably the first thing?
Well, the first thing was me thinking about retirement, but
yes.
But the event that took place that was inevitable that we would be moving out of the country was.
Back in September of 2021, Labor Day weekend, my oldest son was killed in a mass shooting in Wichita, Kansas. And, I know you all were just talking in the prelim about the craziness that's going on in the United States now. And if I'm not mistaken, Halisi, I saw this week, I believe it was 73 mass shootings in the past 46 days. More mass shootings than we have had days in this month, in this year.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately now every time I hear that, it just triggers back to my oldest son being killed. He was Labor Day weekend, spent time with his family cooking out, and him and some coworkers and some friends decided to go out that evening. Family, just to go out that evening to a club, just to enjoy themselves, have a good time. Around about 12:30, I want to say, I get a phone call from my niece saying, Preston's been shot. Young man went into the club, got into a fight. They escorted him out of the club, as they should have. He left the club, went to his car, got a gun, came back and stood in front of the club, people inside and out, and just started shooting randomly.
So he didn't even know your son?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah, it was totally random.
Totally random. And out of the 8 people that were shot, my son was the only one that was killed. He was actually walking out of the door to go home to his wife and his children. So that was major. When you talk about PTSD,
yeah.
Every time I would hear or turn on the TV and I hear a mass shooting, that's all. And it got to a point where I just realized I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So that was, I think, what kind of took our thought into this is going to have to be a reality. That, along with a few other decisions for my wife and I. Penny and I are married. And being in a same gender relationship in the United States is not always, it's not what it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it just depends on where you are.
And you were in Texas.
Yeah. Well, and yeah. In defense of my home state, is because I got people watching. No, in defense of my home state, yeah, it is. There's a lot of things that was part of the reason why we left. There, I mean, just being honest. But it was more than that. And then once everything started changing, and Roe versus Wade, and the spirituals against the religion, and just all these different things, and it was a lot. Yeah. And we have a choice. I used to tell people when I used to coach basketball, you have a choice, and anyone that would come into my program or my organization, I don't hold you hostage. Texas wasn't holding me hostage. I could stay and I can continue to talk about it, or I could exit. And I chose to exit. Yeah. And that was it. But out of that crazy day, if I could take a second to explain even more so how we got here, I turned and looked at June, because we'd been together all these years, but not married, because for a lot of different reasons, and religion, well, a lot of it. And I said, it's time. I said, life is too short.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And so literally, it was about 6 months.
Yeah.
That happened in September. March 13th, we actually got married. So been together almost 20 years. Our first year anniversary will be next month.
Yay.
Yes. So, and just during that time, just so much happened. February 1st, last year, my dad passed. Mm-hmm. It just seems like everything was happening. Mm-hmm. And after the wedding, we knew that we were going to go to Europe for our honeymoon. And we were looking at all these different places. And Portugal kept coming up in one of my feeds. And I said, well, okay, I've been looking at Amsterdam, and I'm looking here. Let me look at Portugal. Not to mention that I was already watching you guys, or we both were.
Oh, okay.
So, yes. Yeah. Oh, I was low-key stalking you guys. And just listening, and there's others who had left the States for Portugal, and start doing the research. Great place for same gender. Of course, everyone. The cost of living for both of us, healthcare, but retirement, because the day before our wedding, I turned 62, so I hit retirement age. So all of these things came into play, and I turned it towards Portugal, and had to work all the numbers and get it all together. And then I shared it with June. And we decided while we were on our honeymoon, because June has family in Europe, in England, and in Germany, we would carve out some time to come to Portugal. And when we land, it's like when we're flying over, I knew. Now, we knew before. Honestly,
Wow.
honestly, we did know before. I think this is probably, we didn't tell anyone.
No, we didn't tell anybody.
And that was great. That was great.
So you flying over, you just knew. Why? What was it?
Oh, you just get that gut feeling. And it was almost for me like I had been here. And maybe that was the part of history that I actually did pay attention to, that I felt when I was coming, flying over and just seeing the architect. And my dad was an artist. So I just got all of that here. So being here, I was like, Dad is saying, yes, this is it. This is great. And I don't know what for you, babe.
I think just the whole thought of the fact that this actually could happen. Mm-hmm. When I said we did research. Right. She did lots of research. We watched so many YouTube videos. Yes. We had our NIF before we even stepped foot in Portugal.
Okay.
The second day we got here,
we got our bank account. I mean, it wasn't even, and this is our first time ever.
On the honeymoon? You had your bank account on the honeymoon.
Yes.
But you helped me with that and you didn't even know it.
Wow.
The video that we did.
Process.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, when we came, we kind of knew. I think when we got here, though, it was just confirmation.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It was really, when we landed, when we got here, we were like, we felt like we were home. It just felt so comfortable.
So you have family in England.
Yes.
And you have family in Germany.
Yes.
Why not either of those places?
Never crossed my mind, to be honest with you. Love your family, but never crossed my mind. England was never someplace I'd ever thought to live. Neither was Germany.
But we love visiting them.
We love visiting, but and when it's someplace different, Portugal this is where we're supposed to be. We are where we're supposed to be.
All right. I love it. Let me see if we've got any questions. Hey, Dr. Phil, Aging Grateful. Good to see you. Terry, one of my high school friends. Good to see you. All right. Let me see if there's any questions. We've got people from LinkedIn. Hey, Sharon. She has a hunger to leave. Girlfriend. In the description, there is the Move Abroad Toolkit. It's free. Download it. Come up with a plan. It's doable. We're going to talk about how Penny and June did it momentarily. So we talk about mass shootings.
Thank you.
In the abstract. And the thing about it is it touches real people. And, we see the moms and the dads and the brothers and sisters and loved ones on TV. And they're never people that we know for the most part. But when it comes home,
yes.
And it's almost like if you stay, it's going to come home. Mm-hmm. I hate to say that, but whether it is a second cousin, a big mama and them, or someone who you birthed, there's so much.
Yeah,
there's so much going on, and it seems like, we know it happens to everyone, every family in the United States, not just Black folks, but we do know that we are targeted. Mm-hmm. And we are targeted by so-called peace officers. We're targeted by the racists, and then you get just the random stuff that was happening kind of all along, and you pile that on top of it, and PTSD is putting it mildly.
Yes. Yes.
right? Is putting it mildly. So, yeah, I started crying, y'all, first time I heard. So I get it. I get it. I get it. And, you know, there is healing. And we're going to talk about that too.
Yes.
So y'all made a decision on your honeymoon.
We did.
Like you was on vacation and it was like, oh, we opening up a bank account.
Let's get this done.
March.
No. Okay, so it was
No, you got married March. That's right.
We got married in March, but I had started a new job. We had some things, so we postponed our honeymoon to September.
Okay, so
we went in September. We went on a honeymoon. We left London September 25th.
Okay, so 6 months after
That's
you
right,
got
on my
married.
birthday.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
6 months after your wedding, y'all have your honeymoon.
Exactly.
There's supposed to be a vacation.
Uh-huh.
And it turns into a scouting trip.
Yes. Yeah. We already knew it was going to be a scouting trip. We just said it is.
Did you say it, or did you know in the back of your mind, and then y'all were both on the same page?
No,
by the time we got here.
Yeah, by the time we got here, we knew that we were going to be, it was going to be a scouting trip.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, before we left.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, we just didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
So, y'all know now.
Before we left, we'd already gotten our NIF, and we actually went and the day that we were leaving to fly out, we zoomed to the post office and did our fingerprints. So that
for the FBI dealy bob.
FBI, so that we'd have the physical copy when we got back.
Y'all weren't playing.
We weren't playing.
Oh, and also no one knew where we were going.
Yes.
So it was like, where in the world is Penny and June?
Yeah. I didn't even tell my children, my parents, none
they
of my family.
They
knew we were going on a honeymoon, but they didn't know where we were going.
Wow.
Okay.
So it was like, guess where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you post on Facebook and stuff so mama wouldn't worry or whatever?
No, we just made it a fun thing, because they were trying to get where we were going to go. So we just kind of made it a fun thing.
Okay.
So you can imagine the response once we got back.
Yes, indeed.
The one from your mom.
Yeah.
It was priceless, though. It was.
What did what did her mom say?
Okay, well, you have to understand my mom's from the Caribbean, right?
Right.
Oh my God, you're crazy. You all are crazy.
I love the accent.
That was my mom. My mom will be 85 years old, and she was like, "You all are just crazy."
And what did her folks say when she moved from the islands to the States?
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, that was a long time ago, but we kind of discussed that. We talked about that with her too. We like think about it. I said, Mom, when you and Dad moved to the United States, away from everybody, it's kind of pretty much the same thing. And I'll tell you what, though, after about a week or so, my mom called me. She said, she says, I've been thinking about it. She says, and you know what? She says, all of your children are adults. I've got 3 other children. They're all adults. They're all doing well. You don't have any babies. She says, and you and Penny are in good enough health to travel. So why not?
Yeah.
Why not go out and enjoy your life and explore and enjoy life? And, she's even made comments now, maybe I'll come to Portugal.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Come on, Mom. Well, listen, I'm inviting her to your house.
No, we have. Yes.
Yeah. There's a time limit on the amount of time family can stay at our house.
No, see,
there's a time limit. Tick, tick, tick. When y'all leaving? So, okay. Yeah. So, all right. So that was September. And then you guys moved in December.
December 31st, we landed in Lisbon.
And when did you fly out of Lisbon?
We left September
27th.
25th. We left Lisbon. And we flew back to London and spent 2 days in London. And then, so September 27th, we flew back to the States And December 31st, we physically moved to 3 months.
So 3 months.
3 months.
How did you guys move your life in 3 months? Take notes, you guys. Get your pen and paper out.
Because it's done. It was done. It can be done.
It can. It can. It takes a lot of focus, and you just have to know if you're wavering back and forth, there's always going to be something that's going to pull you back to what you're comfortable to. But we already knew 100% that we were out. And when I got back, for some reason, I still had markets if I wanted to work. I just couldn't. I didn't have it in me. So that was it for me. I knew for sure. So I shut that down completely, said, okay, I'm retiring. I won't be back. And we just started putting in action.
Applied for the D7.
Yeah. Yeah. That was what.
Yeah. We applied for our D7. We got all our paperwork, everything together, and submitted our application October 27th.
Okay.
When we submitted the application.
Yes. But then the whole apartment thing.
Oh yeah. Of course, you know how hard it is to find a place. We did use a relocator lawyer who helped us and trying to find everything. I mean, while they were working hard over here to find us someplace so that we could get our application in, we were at home. We gave our notice to our landlord. We started, okay, what do we got to get rid of? What do we, and that was the hardest part.
Yeah. So what did you do with your stuff?
Probably sold, gave away just about everything.
Right, because in America, it is all about the stuff. We got more stuff than the Lord allows, more stuff than probably any other country in the United States. I mean, in the world.
And right? Penny has a lot of stuff. She had a lot of stuff.
Just Penny had a lot of stuff.
She had a lot of stuff. She had a lot of stuff. She had a stuff. She had stuff for her business. Yeah. But she also had a lot of good stuff. She's the type of person who will have stuff and have had it for 20, 30 years and it still looks brand new. Stuff is still in the box. I mean, we had stuff. But it was good stuff. It was good stuff. And I knew it was really hard for her to let go a lot of it. That's
what happened to all that good stuff.
She was really serious about this.
Okay.
The fact that she was able to, kicking and screaming sometimes, but she was able to let go of a lot of, things because this was something that she really wanted, that we both really wanted, that we both wanted. And we had to do it quicker in a hurry. Because we're like, okay, we gave our notice, and which meant we needed to be out of our place by the end of December.
Yeah. Right.
And that didn't give us a whole lot of time, once we applied. We got a lot of stuff. We did a estate sale. We had a very good friend of ours who does estate sales. They came over, and in 3 days, what normally would have taken them about 2 weeks, they went through the garage, the boxes, everything
in 3 days.
In 3 days, set everything up for an estate sale. So we did a 2-day estate sale. Mm-hmm. Then after that, it was like, hey, we still got stuff. Y'all come on over, come get it. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was hectic, but it was doable.
Yeah. Yes. So how much of the stuff? So Greta asked, did you find your home in Portugal on your own? So you guys hired someone to help you find, and did that person who you hired, did they end up finding a place for you?
Yes.
Okay.
And where we are now.
Okay. So what general area are you in? And if you want to give any facts and figures, if you don't, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Oh no, we don't want to tell anybody because we love it so much. We don't want a whole bunch of people.
We don't want a whole lot of people showing up. Huh?
We understand. It's like, okay, so
we got to spread the love.
Yes.
We have to spread the love.
We are in Avila, and just it's still part of Lisbon.
Proper. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. We love it because it's there's no tourist here. It is just the
locals.
locals. Yeah. And but we love it because we're learning the area. We actually know faces and they know ours, and they're teaching us and we're teaching them. So yeah. The places that we actually looked at, of course, everything went so fast. So we didn't get any of that. And our lawyer, when we first met her, we told her our story, and she cried, and she was like, "We got to get you out of there."
Yeah.
And when I tell you, I mean, Rosario she jumped over hoops for us, and just we needed something. Okay, well, how about this? Well, what do you think about that? And finally, she said, "Listen, this is not what you want. I know you don't want stairs, Penny, but," she said, it's just a few stairs, and you'll get here, and then we'll get something else. But let's get you girls here."
Right.
And we are in a one with a supposed to be a loft,
it's a studio with a loft.
Okay.
But the loft is actually too short, so we can't stand up there. So we use it for storage.
Okay.
We just use the whole downstairs area, which is really, really cute. And
it's perfect for just us.
Yes,
it really is. It's perfect.
So
I don't have to clean too much.
That part, right? It's easy to keep clean.
Yeah.
See, we wanted these big houses, and then you had to clean up all of that stuff. Yeah. Oh, I do not miss it.
Yeah. So we left a 4-bedroom, just us.
See?
To this, and our rent is a whopping $800 a month. And including we had our first month's bill.
Yeah, all we had our bills, and oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're talking about the electric and
all
utilities.
Yeah, total for the month.
We spend less than $1,000 a month for our electricity, our water, our cable, our internet, our phone, and our rent.
That I'm just going to let that sink in for y'all, because I know in Denver, you cannot get a studio and a loft, or a studio period, in a decent neighborhood for under $1,200, $1,300.
Yeah, same in Dallas, actually more.
Yeah, and that's the last time I checked, which was last June or so.
Yeah.
You know, what was really great was we got our first electric bill. And it was $75. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not complaining, because, compared to what we were spending in Dallas, that's fantastic. But then I realized when I read the bill, it said estimate. And I'm like, oh, and I researched and said, I can input what the numbers are, what our meter reads. And so I did that this month, and our electric bill was $45.
Oh, I need to look at that.
Money, yes.
I need to, because I just pay whatever it says.
No. You can look at your meter and download the app for EDP on your
okay. Yes.
App, and then on certain days, and it tells you on your bill what days to go in and look at your meter.
Yes.
And put onto the app what the numbers read. Because they are estimating
what
the usage is, as opposed to what it actually is. And it went down $30.
See, there you go. And I know I'll be using that heater.
Apps are important in Portugal.
Apps are definitely important.
Get the apps.
Oh, yeah.
So you've taught us something.
Yeah.
Okay, we can close out now. We done learned something. So we're gonna do our cost of living Thursday. On Thursday's short live. And now that we've been here enough, I can start, we don't have that many unusual expenses, even though I just bought a toaster and a soda stream.
Yeah, we had to buy a toaster.
I was burning my bread in the oven.
She was burning bread up in the oven.
So yeah, but so you guys are able to live in Avalon is a beautiful neighborhood. I love Avalon. It's just up the street from us. And I mean, up the street, we walk there, but it takes about 30 minutes, right? 20 minutes,
20 minutes.
yeah, or so to the edge of Avalon. And you know, it's beautiful up here. It really, really is. And then I love the parks with the little, you know, what are they, pagozas or whatever that sell the beer and the wine and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, if there's a playground, then there's usually some place that sells beer and wine for the mom and dad to sit there and chill while the kids are playing. I just love it.
Did you guys participate in any of the carnival stuff?
We didn't.
We didn't. We
No.
were invited to a brunch on Sunday. So we missed, we were preparing. We had something on Saturday too. And
We've been busy, so busy since we've been here.
Yeah.
It's just,
But busy, good busy with fun stuff.
It is.
You know,
But it's time to slow down.
You said something earlier. You said Portugal's not for everyone. And it's not. It's not for everyone, and not everybody's going to come here and find what we found, the vibe that we found. But I have found such a peace being here and happiness being here. And no, it may not be for you. It may not be for you, but it's definitely for us. We made the right choice.
I mean, we saw you guys in person for the first time
at a meetup.
So the Lisboa Melanin Collective 50 plus group had our first meet and greet down there in the downtown area.
Yes.
And folks didn't know how to go home.
No, we didn't. None of us did.
I'm like,
I felt like I was in my 20s.
The happy hour was from 6 to 8. How come I didn't go to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Because we left and went somewhere else.
And then they were talking about, and what's next?
Yes.
Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, age does not matter. These people will try to keep you out until 9 a.m. in the morning.
We had so much fun.
We did have fun.
All of that, we walked. Even we were trying to get back to the train before midnight to catch that last train.
Yeah.
And we're walking back through the little alleys and not worried about a thing. No. Okay, so I had a little PTSD, but everybody else around me who had been there for a few
didn't
months
have any PTSD.
No, and they were like, "You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine."
The safety is another wonderful reason to be here.
Yes.
You know,
yes. And the streets are. I never find the streets really abandoned. Right there, you know, that's one thing that I noticed when we went back to the States. It's like no one's out, no one's walking.
Yes.
But here it's like the city is alive and people are out and they're walking, you know, even at, you know, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever time y'all let us leave. I don't know, y'all.
Except for Avalon.
Avalon shut down, girl.
Well, yes, I should say, not here so much. I guess up until about 10:30, there's still people walking around out here. We see people in the park across the street.
Yeah, they're at the park.
You know, with their dog and sometimes with kids. All right. So Sharon asked, how easy was it for you to open your bank account?
For us, it was very easy, but our lawyer set that up too. I mean, she literally.
Well, we had planned it. And then once we told her what we were going to do, she just.
Yeah, she got everything together for us and sent an email to her connection at the bank. They emailed us and said, "Hey, send us this, 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 and this." And we got to Lisbon on a Sunday. That Monday morning, we were at the bank when they opened, and it took us an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took us like 2.5 hours.
Because we was in there.
Well, not only that, so we were on the other side of the river where they don't speak as much English.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all, we have 2 organizations that we recommend. Border.io will help with your NIF and your bank account. Mm-hmm. And then Relocate to Portugal with Gail is the one, they helped us, and they will do the NIF and bank account as well as all of the visa process for you. So either one of those organizations we can recommend.
Yes.
If you're, because so you don't even have to ask that question because I know you're going to ask that.
Yes.
So yeah, and we did do a video on everything that was requested that we bring to open a bank account. If you remind me, I'll put a link. If you're watching from the future, there's a link in the description. And after this, I'll put a link to that video. We also talked about prescription drugs in that video a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you had gotten prescription.
Yeah. So
that was a beautiful thing.
Oh, yes. Did you get your NIF number before opening banking? So you guys had your NIF number before you even came to Europe, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yes. And we did too, Greta. And that makes it easier because what you don't want to do is go to the bank and let them give you a temporary NIF number. Mm-hmm. They can do that, but you don't want that because then it's really hard to detangle and get your permanent NIF. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and get that first. Summertime says, I have a black son and I am terrified every time my phone rings. I hate this feeling.
Yes.
I'm terrified when I call and they don't answer. Mm-hmm. And I text and not the call because they're kids, even at 30 kids. Yes. So when I text and I don't get an answer after a while, that's when I start getting a little, and I hate it. I hate it. People should not have to live that way.
But they do.
Yes. We do. I mean, as long as they're in America, we do. What was the biggest adjustment to moving to Portugal? Being in the USA with all of its issues. We have so many options and many things available. Yeah. So let's talk about how your life is now. Besides busy with social engagements and, everybody wanting your presence at parties and whatnot.
And it hasn't even started yet, ladies.
Yeah.
Because summer's coming.
Oh, yes.
That's true. That's true. I tell you, it's really rough. Sleeping in till 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's a hard life. We get up in the morning and we go for walks, and I mean we walk every day.
Good.
It feels so awesome to not have to drive everywhere. In Texas, if you didn't have a car, but
Denver, the same thing.
Yeah, but we walk. We both sold our cars. And all that when we left and we got here, and from the start we walk every day, which is great for our health.
Yes.
Something that we did not do back in Texas. If it was 5 minutes down the road, we'd look at each other and say, we really don't need it, do we?
Yeah.
And they don't make it conducive because you're walking on the side of probably a 3-lane on each side major street, right?
Yeah,
just to go to the grocery store.
But now, we'll walk and just hey, okay, we'll hop on the bus. The transit system is so awesome here.
Yeah,
we got our little Navigate car. We're hopping on the bus everywhere on the train. We love it. It is absolutely awesome.
And so affordable. So a Metro card in Denver was about $160 to $180.
Wow.
And it only went downtown.
That was a month, right?
A month.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. Yes. So those over 65 pay nothing.
No, 64. Well,
64 or 65?
Once I get residence, I
won't
pay anything.
Right. Once you have residency, you have your residence card. Otherwise, it's $20, 50% off for seniors, and then everyone else pays $40 except for kids under 26.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
theirs can be free too.
Yeah.
So, so do you guys have the shutters on your windows?
Yes.
Everybody has those, don't they?
No, not everyone.
There were some apartments that we saw that didn't have them, but we have them on all but one. Mm-hmm.
So for those who have not been here, because it's not like this in every European city that we've been to.
No.
They have manual or electronic. We have electronic shutters that come down on the outside of the window and basically block out all sunlight.
Yes.
Oh.
No blackout curtains at all.
No.
No, you don't.
No.
You don't. You can just have the shears. And when we talk about sleeping in,
Yeah, you don't even know it's light outside.
Exactly.
You
Not
can
at
sleep
all.
in. You can sleep in. I think this morning I woke up at 9:30 and didn't want to, but I was like, we got stuff to do.
Yeah.
We got stuff to do. So Action VJ, it's never too soon to get your NEEF. We know folks who have had a NIF for 3 years. They're still not moving. Our friends from Austin for another 2 years or so.
Oh, wow.
Well, originally for Columbia, but then they live in Austin.
Right.
But they come twice a year and make sure that they give their NIF number to the grocery store wherever they're going so that the government can see they have been spending their money here in Portugal. So yeah, it's never too soon to get your NIF. Can you share what part of Portugal did you settle in? So they're in Lisbon. Avalade is in Lisbon proper.
Yes.
They're not far from us.
No.
At all. We're in walking distance of each other.
Yeah,
From our
exactly.
front door to the airport were 3 minutes.
Drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what shocked me. So like I said, when we first got here, we would get on the metro and go 3 or 4 or 5 stops and think we were so far from home.
Of town.
Yeah.
And then we take a walk and it's like, oh, there's that metro stop. Wait a minute.
Yes,
it's just right
everything
here.
is right
Yes.
It's a trip. Okay, so Sharon says, need assistance with retirement goals, 62, work full-time and care for a 90-year-old mom, have no idea where to start. Sharon, you need to take our course.
Yes.
You need to take our course. It's called Beyond the Bling, Money Mindset Makeover for Financial Independence. And it is geared for Black folks who are past 40 or 45, because people think 40 is, I got plenty of time. You ain't got plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the youngest person in the class is 40. And it will give you an actual plan. You will leave the course with an actual plan on how to make that happen ASAP, just like we did.
Yeah, you're not the only one out there.
Yeah, just like we did. When we say we went in 3.5 years, we went, 4 years now. We went from negative 22,000 to over $1 million in net worth. If we can do it with all of that debt, you can do it too. I have aging parents that I'm helping taking care of from here. So it can be done. The information is in the description below. Also download the Ready to Retire Toolkit, and that's below as well. Do you mind sharing your monthly budget, cost of living for you both, and is less comparison to yes? So you heard $1,000, Greta.
Listen, before
€1,000 or $1,000?
€1,000. So
okay.
We're looking at in the U.S. before we left, our monthly budget when we included everything, rent, cars, insurance, blah blah blah, all of that included. We were kicking out over $5,000 a month, maybe $5,500 a month. We have narrowed that down to, I'd say, about $1,000 US.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So because €1,000 would be about $1,070 or $1,080.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to let y'all marinate on that for a while, audience. I'm just going to let you marinate on that.
The
cost of food. Is less. The quality of the food is better.
Have you tasted a difference in the? Do you guys eat meat? Oh, I saw you eating chicken.
What happened? We were vegan
for 2 years.
Almost 2.5 years
before we moved.
When we came in September, and we did say that we would try the seafood, and so the last day we were here on our honeymoon, we had seafood, and it was amazing. So we went back to the States, 100% vegan, 100% plant-based. But we told people, listen, I'm going to be posting. Just so you know, we'll probably be pescatarian. Pescatarian.
Because we're going to eat the seafood.
Yes. And then when we got here, when in Rome.
Because it seems to me I saw some wings on your plate the other day.
Lisa, you know what?
Listen.
She ain't right. Those were my wings.
Yes. Yes, Rick. They were. Yes. No. And they were good.
I tell you what, we have found that, and we were kind of cautious with it, because when you've gone that long,
yes, your body,
your meat and everything, and because I did it one time, I tried it one time in the States, and it wasn't on purpose. By mistake, I had some chicken and I got sick.
Yeah.
So we were kind of really, but I have found it's the cleanest chicken I've ever had in my life here in Portugal.
I think it comes right off the ranch or farm or whatever, like a day before. And the place that we had it, they put it in hemp flour where we had those wings.
Yes.
I thought I was gonna get a little buzz. I thought I was gonna get a little buzz from the chicken wings.
I know. They had hemp cauliflower too.
Right.
Yes, we tried it. It was excellent. It was really good.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, we have discovered that the quality of the food, we have not gotten sick not one time since we've been here. With the quality of the food, the fruits, the vegetables. I've never seen strawberries and grapes and things so big in my life.
And they still have the flowers on them.
Yes.
You know how it sprouts from a flower?
The orange,
it's amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. And just walking down the street and seeing orange trees.
Yes, and with lemons.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't wait till summertime. It might be kind of dangerous. I don't know.
You become a fruitarian.
Yes.
So Venus, how did you get your NIF number before leaving the States? Did you DIY it? So you guys didn't DIY it. You used the attorney, right?
No, for our NIF, we actually went through borders.
Okay, you went through Border.io.
Yes.
There is a link down in the description below. And we got our NIF number before leaving the States too. You want to do it, it depends on how long you're coming. If you're coming for a long scouting trip and then you're going back, I suppose you could do it when you get here. But it was easy to do it remotely.
Yes.
And we paid too much money to get it done because we didn't know. We didn't have us.
Yeah, true.
Right.
True.
But now we know you do not have to pay as much as we paid. So Border.io will do it for you, or Gail from relocatetoportugal.com. All right. I'm looking for questions, y'all. Professor, regarding the wavering, how did you push through to Portugal and not, for example, take safer, closer, more reasonable locations like Mexico? Oh, wavering back and forth. Yeah.
I didn't think Mexico was safe. I mean, well, I won't say it's not safe, but so outside of Portugal is safer. And when you go down and you look in the ratings at that time, when I first started looking, Portugal was ranked number 6 in the world for the safest, for the safest place to live. So in the States, I think was 130 something.
138.
It's way down there.
138.
It's way down there.
Why would I go anywhere below that? I mean, at least 20 and below. And that's a lot.
That is a lot. And there's places in Mexico that are very, very safe.
Yes.
But you're looking at the whole country. And so if you look at the border states, because they have states, it's the United States of Mexico is the name of it. So the border states are, and probably this because of all the nonsense going on in the United States. It's the guns, the drugs, all of that. And then probably some of the really touristy beach towns with, pickpocketing and all of that of tourists. And tourists go down there and act like they're doing Mexicans a favor. And that's the thing. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
and
disgusting.
I just want to be part of that, the whole, and I don't even have to go into details, but the whole thing on the border. I'm in, as you call it, Texas. So it just didn't work.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to go visit San Miguel de Allende, Querétaro, Mexico City, Guadalajara, the places that people don't really talk about. They talk about Cancun, La Paz.
Yeah, they talk about
right.
Resorts.
I'm not interested in that.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not interested in that. But there's definitely some lovely parts of Mexico that are a lot safer than the United States. Right. And the cops are not looking for you. They're not targeting you. Right. And there's not white Americans thinking that they are supposed to be policing you.
Right.
Blocking your car in, talking about what you doing over here and all that nonsense.
Right.
Those are the things that you do not have to deal with in Mexico.
Right.
So, but yeah,
it's not as amazing.
The food.
Food is amazing.
That's when I started gaining weight. Girl. I'm telling you, the taco place, the taco joint that was next door. And it was a joint. It was a parking lot with a lean-to and a grill. And the only thing that I could say was they were wearing masks and they would do everything with a plastic glove over. I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah. It was good.
I'm good. Yeah. The food.
It was good.
We would order tacos almost by the dozen.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. They have great desserts as well.
So the professor wants to know your ages.
And we have no problem telling it.
Okay.
I will be 63 on March 12th.
And I will be 56 June 17th.
See, babies. They're young. They're young. He likes your scarf.
Oh, I got them in every color. I got green, I got black.
He wanted to look like a European here.
I love it though.
So
it's a shamag.
Baby, I don't know. Yeah. So Greta says she loves studio apartment living.
Hey, it works for us.
Yes.
It works.
That part, a whole 800. Yes.
Right. I realized when Rick was like, oh, and by the way, sweetheart, I'm about to bring some company over. And I looked around and I'm like, wait, what? It was so much faster to clean up.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, put a Q in front of your questions if you have any more.
Yes, Greta. Yes, that is correct. Under $1,000 a month for everything.
For everything.
Furnished or unfurnished?
Pretty much. We got a small table, and it came with all the kitchen stuff. We've got the washer. We have a washer dryer combo. We've got the stove, the dishwasher, refrigerator.
And the reason why they're saying that, folks, is because we know it differs in the United States as well.
Yeah.
But here a kitchen could come. So you want to, if you're searching, you want to search and look at our video that we did with Rossini, who found us this apartment, right? He's still doing that. He can help you find an apartment. It's equipped or non-equipped.
Right.
And so that's why they're mentioning we looked at apartments with no stove, y'all.
Yeah.
Like no stove. What?
No light fixtures. Just wires hanging off the wall.
Wow.
And they were charging, they were wanting like a year's rent in advance.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be careful and you really need to do your homework or work with somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So did it have any furniture like couch or anything?
No, we purchased our, we kind of, Penny didn't want a furnished place to begin with, but we purchased our sleeper sofa we have. It did have a dresser upstairs that they actually bought downstairs for us. That was a really good size, and so we made it work.
Yeah, and we're just slowly getting little thing. We're not in a hurry.
Could you put a desk upstairs, or would that not be comfortable?
We probably could,
but
didn't think about that.
Yeah, you could.
I could.
Oh yes.
I probably.
because you're sitting down most of the time anyway, and then you just come on down. So, Tanisha, what bank do you recommend for opening an account? How was the service? So most newbies get a Millennium bank account.
That's what we have.
The fees, if you have less than $1,000, are stupid. So you need to have euro in there at least, so that you're not paying those fees. We have heard from locals though that there are better banks, and I want to say
Novo Banco.
Novo. I don't know that it was Caixa or Caixa Geral.
General.
It was basically General, but yeah, Geral. I heard was really, really good. I like Millennium. I like the customer service. They've always been. They have English speakers both online and then sometimes in the branch itself. That's going to be hit or miss.
Right.
In the city center, pretty much you're going to get somebody who can speak English. And I'm going to tell you, because I couldn't figure out how to deposit money.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to learn all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
You better get Google Translate on your phone with the little camera.
But see, the language is so. If you're Portuguese, we love you.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
We are guests and we respect your language.
Yes,
but it is antiquated and it does not always translate properly.
True.
So like withdrawal, it wasn't saying withdrawal. That word that starts with an L does not translate.
Yeah.
It translates into something that's like, I don't know, maybe Shakespeare would understand. Okay, so it's Laura and to say, hey, Laura, are you going to take the class? You said you needed class. So it is Border.io, and all of this is in the description, sweetheart, or relocatetoportugal.com. Okay, so 11:59. I almost missed this because there was no Q in front of it.
I saw it. I was going to tell you.
Thank you, baby. Do any of you feel resentment from locals? I've heard there is because of North Americans driving up rents.
It's not first. It's not North Americans that are driving up the rents.
No.
We are the least amount of people in this country.
Yes, exactly.
As far as the immigrants go.
As far as immigrants.
Yes.
You have Canadian, you have Chinese.
Canadians are North Americans.
Well, okay. Well, I don't consider them North American. I don't consider them American, I'm sorry.
You've got the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Chinese,
French,
UK, it's Germany. There's other groups of people that are coming here that are actually driving.
The Chinese have bought more of the golden visas than any other folks.
Yes.
And followed by the French, is from what I hear. But of all of the immigrants, we're like 6%.
Yeah.
So I think it's more hype in America than it is here. So no, I don't feel it.
No, I don't,
but
don't feel the resentment or anything.
I don't think people know we are American until we start speaking. See, this is the thing. We blend. Yeah. White North Americans probably display their Americanism, their Canadianism more, and maybe they get it more than we do, but I haven't gotten it. Once in a while, we'll see, like in a grocery store, an older person who probably is not happy with the fact that they are not able to afford all the groceries that they have on there, and they're having to put stuff back, and then we're there and it's like no problem. Yeah. This is a new democracy. They just got their independence in 1975 from, an autocracy. So I get the impression, and I don't know as much of the history as I need to, that people who are like 80 and older, because this is what they look like. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it
did not have the best time when they were younger back in the day before they got the governments or the set of governments that they've had since then.
Right, but younger people, no,
exactly. So. It is immigration, and it is also a lot of folks coming in buying investment properties. and being greedy and doing Airbnbs that are driving up the rents. They, you know, there's a way that you can do this when you need to re-stimulate the economy. But it's very nuanced and it's hard to get right.
Yeah, and something I kind of learned today was, you know, with the golden visa and putting a halt to the golden visa, and why is because I didn't realize that a lot of people were coming over here on the golden visa buying real estate, and they weren't even living in the real estate.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
you know, that stops locals from being able to afford. They can't afford the rents.
Not if you spent $500,000 on a piece of property, then what you need to get in rent, you know, and you probably overpaid. And that's
definitely.
the thing. So that's why we're really suggesting, you know, work with somebody. As we said, Rossini's information is in the description below. We don't want to add to the problem. So like Rick and I, what we're paying, we know that the people who rented this place back in 2019 were paying €200 less than we're paying.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Portuguese names.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that we're probably paying a little bit too much, maybe €50 too much, but I feel good about the fact that we are not adding to the problem in that regard.
Right.
Because we're paying market value. We're not overpaying because we can.
Right.
So we do not want to add to the problem. Yeah, no on the resentment, but you know, that doesn't mean that there's no one.
Oh, yeah.
But by and large, and they don't know. We blend. They think we're Portuguese. So my Black teen son leaves for the U.S. for college in a few months. I'm sorry, Angela. I know. We were trying to convince him because he's living in Mexico. He's living his best life right now in Querétaro. In this beautiful house. Yeah. Like, come here, come to Germany, do college for free.
Right.
And it's beautiful.
Yes. All right. I'm not seeing any more questions. Let me see. I'm pretty far behind though, I think maybe. Okay. Do you have air conditioning and heat? Oh, good question.
Yes, we do.
We do.
We have both. You know, it's funny when we got the place, it said that it didn't have heat. And so we were like, okay, we've got air conditioning, we're fine. And we spent the last probably month in Texas. It was so funny. We refused to turn the heat on because we're like, we're going to get our bodies accustomed to a little cold since we don't have heat in our apartment when we get to Portugal.
I mean, and we had planned on getting the little heaters.
Yeah, but you know, we're like, okay, we're going. So, but when we got here, I was playing around with the
the remote,
and I saw heat. I said, wait a minute. So I just started pressing buttons, and all of a sudden, I said, "Babe, we got heat."
That is so funny. So
heat and air conditioning, excuse me.
Yeah.
And we've got both as well. And you know, it's funny because before we left, we started sleep. We have a king size bed. Well, we had a king size bed in the States, right? So we started sleeping close together because we thought we were going to have to sleep in a double.
Yes.
Or maybe a queen size. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start getting used to being all up next to you, so we can just, you know, it'll be a smooth transition. And sure enough, when we came here back in June, we did have small beds. So it worked out. But we have a king size bed now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And a huge bedroom. And I was like, I did all that sleeping up against you because he's a hot box. He's a hot box. And it's really important, folks. If you can afford to get a place with heat and air condition, it is important. These places are not insulated like the places in the United States. They don't have central heat. Air condition helps keep the moisture out of the house. And we've heard that people who don't have them, sometimes their computers like get too much moisture in them. Yeah. And they have to like get dehumidifiers for the apartment. But if you've got heat and AC.
And a good duvet.
And a good duvet. Yes. What is your experience as an African-American same-sex couple in Portugal? Good question. Is it Tanya? Have you experienced any overt and or subtle discrimination?
Zero.
Zero. Absolute zero.
Zero.
It has been, when I said freedom, it has been absolutely wonderful. I can walk down the street and hold her hand and not have anyone look at us like we're crazy. When we came in on our honeymoon, we went down by the pier, and it really blew our minds because they're, down by the pier, they have a lot of music, people coming and they'll play music, and folks were out and they were dancing and holding hands, and you saw people of all genders, all couples, all race. We saw a male couple just hugging each other and kissing, and no one looked at them like they were crazy. And we were like, oh my goodness, is this really real? And we've gotten here, and yes, it is real. We have not experienced any issues whatsoever.
Yes. Good. And that's why Portugal made our list.
Yes.
Because it's a slippery slope, y'all. You got to make sure everybody's rights are protected. And then it's just, you cannot legislate morality, though.
Yes.
It has to be something that is in the culture. And one of the things that I continue to say about the Portuguese folks is they're not necessarily the most friendly. They're not going out of their way to say hello or this or that. They'll boitard you, but kind is what I see. Kindness. And it's obvious and evident, and it is in your face, the kindness, the concern for another human being.
Yes.
And I'm getting teary because I didn't get that in the States. I could be laying on the ground and people would just walk over me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one thing that I when folks ask how are the people, to me it's kind of like they're like, you mind your business, I'm going to mind mine. We just all get along. You respect me, I'm going to respect you, and we'll just all get along and live peacefully together. That's what I get. Like you said, no, they may not be the ones who just walk down the street, hi,
smiling and with the fake nice nasty.
Exactly. That's not them. But now if they're walking down the street and I get eye contact, oh, you're going to speak to me. I'm speaking. Yeah. I'm going to speak because I want you to know that I'm here. I respect you. I respect your country. I'm glad to be here.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
It still feels like a fairy tale. I mean, at some part of the day, it's inevitable that we look at each other and say, we live
here. Oh my God. We live here.
Do that too.
Yes. We still do it. When we were in when we were in Sintra and coming from the big multicolored castle.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was just, oh my gosh, the preservation. That castle is so beautiful.
We haven't been.
So beautiful. Well, Rick's putting together a video. It is just mind blowing. And they lived there till 1950 something.
55.
There you go.
55, 51 or 55.
Something like that.
It might have been 51. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm walking out and I'm just like, we live in a fairy tale place. We live here. We can come back. Like, we didn't see this, we didn't see that, but it's okay. Because our Navigant card gets us to Sintra for we just slide it on in. And so we can go every other day if we want to and visit a different castle. We live in a place where there's, castles around the corner.
Yes.
It's So I still have to pinch myself, and it's been 6 months, 7 months. So we are on the east side of Lisbon in an area called Penha de França.
At the top of the hill.
He had to put that in.
I had to.
Look, these hills gonna keep us young.
All the way up the hill.
These hills gonna keep us young. That's what I say.
I thought I was gonna die last week and experiencing those stairs.
In
In Seattle.
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 Oh, my goodness.
They have some stairs for you.
Oh my
And
goodness.
you guys, if you're not following us on Instagram, it's at Our Black Utopia. We post those pictures. I mean, stairways to heaven, y'all.
Straight.
Right? I find the hills easier than the stairs.
Yeah, I believe they probably are. I
Yeah.
thought I was going to pass out and die.
So
I almost didn't make it to tonight.
see, so the food is great. The food is great. The quality of food that you get in the grocery stores is great.
Yes.
There are a lot of kebab places, and
Oh, yeah.
every kebab place is not created equal. Avoid them.
Haven't had any
Haven't
yet.
tried those yet.
Avoid them. The food is like, I don't know. It's like everybody and their mama wants to open up a kebab place. If there is a lot of people, okay, go to that place.
Yeah,
If it's empty, you know why it's empty.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So it is absolutely different. The beef tastes different here. When I make like I made some taco meat, and there's no grease.
Yes.
Yes.
And you don't have to buy the 70%, 80%, or 90% lean. It's just lean.
It's just, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like they were grounding up sirloin or something.
Wow.
Yeah. And the cost.
Yes.
Hey,
We were at the
Colombo.
Mall today, so we went to the Continente, the grocery store.
Okay. Yeah.
And like I said, we've had chicken here at the I can't even pronounce it. What they call the barbecue. Is it the churras? I don't have. Never mind. Anyway,
Okay.
Chucateria, I think.
There
That's
you
how
go.
you would say it in
Yes,
Spanish
yes, yes.
anyway.
And so I decided. I said, you know what? I have not, because we weren't eating meat, so I haven't made any curry chicken in a while. I said, so I'm gonna go get some wings at Continente and get some curry chicken. I picked up the wings, and it was €1.34. I got probably about 12 or 13 wings.
See? See?
And I just brought it to her. I said, babe, look at this. I said, we're having curry chicken this week.
I go to the butcher, and they take a whole chicken out and cut it however I want.
Yes.
Yes.
However I want. And I made some fried chicken. I should have got some hemp flour, but I didn't know where to get it. So we just want to shout out Evelyn. Thank you so much for the super sticker. If you need a scholarship, all of this money goes to our scholarship fund, so that someone who cannot afford, truly cannot afford to do Beyond the Bling Money Mindset Makeover for Financial Independence, we do have one scholarship available. It will begin March 4th. Send us an email. It's hello@ourblackutopia.com. Basically, the first email we get will be the person who gets it, unless you don't give us all the information. So just tell us why you need it. Tell us what you hope to get out of the course. And if I think the course will help you, then you'll get the scholarship. So thank you, Evelyn. And the community thanks you, because you're helping someone else live the life of their dreams. They will be on their way. So Auntie Trey asked, do you guys have pets?
We do not.
No.
We do not have pets. No.
We wouldn't have room for them here anyways.
Yeah. Action, BJ. Look. Do I hear a Mexico meetup?
One meetup at a time.
Yes, we're still planning the April 26th meetup, and then we've got one June 20th here. I'm trying to relax. So it depends. We have a friend here who's going to have a 60th birthday party, and it's at the end of July. We planned to stay originally through my birthday, which is August 6th. But now that he's having his 60th birthday, and it's a big thing, and he's already planning it 6 months in advance. And so we're probably going to come back to the States. back to home to Lisbon in time for his birthday. So we will see once we start making the plans for the Americas, how much we can squeeze in without it being cray-cray. And it also depends on if our renters are still in our house, or if we need to get that ready for someone else. So, and we don't have pets, y'all, because I'm not trying to have that responsibility right now.
But I mean, this place is pet friendly.
Oh yeah,
Very much
definitely.
so.
There's a lot of people who have pets, and a lot of people moving over here with pets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Too many. And I just saw a woman today, an older woman, let her dog poop right there and did not clean it up. And I was just like, I walked by her going like this. Because I think she could understand that.
Maybe she couldn't bend over.
Well, she didn't have a bag. She didn't plan to bend over.
She didn't have a
She
bag.
didn't have a bag. No, she didn't plan. She was turning her back like she didn't know he was doing it.
I bet you it's the same older lady I saw.
So my piece, I think we answered that, Millennium. But I haven't heard anything negative necessarily about any of the banks.
No.
So, how easy is it to get established with a PCP in Portugal? What's a PCP?
Talking about a physician, primary care physician.
Oh,
it's not hard.
Raquel, baby, like you using these acronyms. I was like, precinct committee person. I went back to my old job.
It's not hard at all.
So we, no, it's not hard. We use a service called Serenity. They are a medical concierge service, and we did do a video on the healthcare system here in Portugal. We will also put that down in the description.
And the guys that started Serenity, we also did an interview with him in our Black Utopia
Fire Over
50 group.
Yeah, Facebook group. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, please join. You do have to be Black. We have to know that you are, so you can't have a picture of a flower or no picture at all. And then you wonder why you haven't gotten in. And you have to answer the questions. But yeah, that interview with the Serenity, one of the founders of Serenity, is in there. And then I'll also put the healthcare for Portugal. But yeah, so they make the appointments for us. They find, the best places to get the prescriptions, all of that. So we don't have to worry about any of it.
They send a list of all the doctors that they've worked with and stuff. The guy that runs it or started it, he is a physician, but he's not practicing here in Portugal.
Yeah. So he was a licensed, I think, from Australia?
Israel.
That's
but
right.
They have a licensed
Nurses.
doctor. No, they have a doctor too on staff that they can use, but they handle everything for you, your prescriptions and everything like that.
They are not an insurance
They're
company.
not insurance.
They're a concierge service. So they helped us find our insurance. And for Rick and myself, at our age, with a pre-existing, we are paying $1,800 per year. Per year. So we paid 6 months, and then we're going to pay another 6 months, like that. So 900 or so. It was actually 8
And
something.
then once you get your resident card, then you get on the public.
Yeah. But we're going to keep.
If you choose to use that.
If you choose. We will stay with private insurance and use the public system as a backup. Not because it's not good. Like in the United States.
Because it is good.
You go to a public hospital and you're probably next to someone who's homeless and all of this other stuff. It's just a whacked system in the United States. But here, the public system is great. Yeah. And it's great health care.
Quality of care is just as good as it is in the private sector.
So 1159 is schooling you. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the way it works here is the private system works on top of the public system. So they work hand in hand. So yeah. And they gave me a choice of like 4 different gynecologists, PCPs, because I like to have my PCP be a gynecologist. Mm-hmm. And I, looked them up, looked at their reviews, looked at their faces. Do I see love in their eyes or do they look upset? Mm-hmm. And I'll only go to women. Yeah. So, and that's how I made my choice. So, and I've been happy so far.
Okay.
Hey, Karen Louise, good to see you
Karen
live.
Louise.
All right, we've got a few more questions, and then we're gonna let y'all go.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Lisa Burnett, can you advise cost of medical care? Hi, Lisa. So we kind of talked about that. You guys haven't had to deal with it yet, right?
Actually, yeah, we have.
Okay.
Mine's actually both.
Oh, that's right.
Actually,
Tell the
yes,
story.
yes,
Yeah.
Tell the
yes,
story.
yes.
So, 3 weeks after we got here,
Yes.
we were
4
in
days
a
before coming back.
yeah, we were actually in a car accident. A boat driver. Bolt is like Uber here. A boat driver was driving kind of a tad bit, no, just very crazy, and caused an accident. Hit Penny's side of the vehicle, so we had to go to the emergency room, and so she had the ambulance ride. Got to the emergency room. Actually, she's just maybe 3 days off of the crutches now because it kind of hurt her knee and everything. But when she got there, they in the triage they were asking us, so how are you paying for this? And the ambulance drivers that brought her in, they couldn't leave.
They have to stay.
They have to stay until she's totally checked in.
Wow.
And they told them, they made sure that they knew, oh no, they were victims of this car accident, and it was not their fault. And they said Bolt has to pay for that. And they were like, oh, okay, no problem. She got x-rays, got checked in, CAT scans. We walked out not paying one dime.
Wow.
They gave her some prescriptions for, some medication and crutches. I think it was 3 different prescriptions and crutches.
And had that filled at the pharmacy.
Yeah, we took it to the pharmacy, filled that. We don't have the medical insurance here as of yet. And that was all of $34.
Yes,
she had to pay.
Sounds about right.
With no insurance.
No,
I want y'all to
out of
hear
pocket.
that. I want y'all to hear that. No insurance. And so what kind of medication was it?
One was just like it wasn't an over the counter painkiller, but
it was
a prescription painkiller. And what's the naproxen.
Okay.
And then there was another one when I did the research on it. Actually, they don't even use it in the States anymore.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And they said, use this one, if the others don't work. So,
okay.
Then the other one was an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, that
was. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then when I went before then, because I do have some conditions. And so I was going to the pharmacy. I took my prescription just to see what it was going to cost me when I needed to fill my prescriptions. So I gave them, the notice from my doctor in the States. And she's like, okay, I'll be right back. And I was like, no, wait. I said, because you haven't told me how much it's going to cost. And I have 5 different medications that I was taking.
Right.
And she says, it's going to be 24.90 €.
You're like, oh, okay, go on,
yeah.
girl.
Okay,
go on.
Go ahead and fill it. But it wasn't until I got home and I started, kind of looking at my stuff. I looked at Babe. I said, they made a mistake. She said, what's wrong? I said, they gave me 2 months worth of my prescriptions for 24.90 €.
But it wasn't a mistake.
That's how they did it. And she asked me, she says, do you live here now? And I said, yes. She said, where do you live? I told her. She says, you're in the neighborhood. Let me give you the name of the neighborhood doctor. She says, once you go to him and you get your prescription and everything from him, it'll be less.
Wow.
And she said, keep your receipt from this one because we'll reimburse you the difference. Just bring it back when you come to fill it again.
They didn't tell us that.
Yeah.
Wow. That is remarkable.
And that's all without any insurance. We haven't even done the insurance. Yeah.
See, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Once you like I was saying, once you get, I forget what it's called,
the residency
your
card.
residence card, but I forget what the actual program is, the government program. Once you get your residency card and you get a number
Healthcare
for
number.
a healthcare
Yeah.
and your prescriptions and stuff, mostly all your prescriptions are free.
Yeah, it'll go down to free. Yeah, especially the typical ones that
Right.
that a lot of
But
people
even
take.
my prescription, the one prescription I was paying $139 for, cost me, I want to say maybe €8 here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we were getting it from Costco so we could get the cheaper price.
Right.
Well,
So we just want to give a shout out to Brooke
Brooke,
Bello.
thank you, Brooke.
Thank you so much for the super sticker. As I told you guys, all of the super stickers, super chat, super thanks money goes to our scholarship fund. And so now we're working on scholarship number 2. So thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Awesome.
Yes. I have not gone to a doctor's appointment yet on our insurance. So I think it's all reimbursement type of thing. But the first one was €100 outside of insurance. And she spent some time with me.
Yeah.
I'm looking for where we were in the questions. Bank account, it was like $937.
Yeah, I think every time I go to my doctor now, it's €15.
€15, yeah. And she prescribed custom hormone replacement therapy for me. It's custom.
Wow.
It took 3 months for it to take effect in the United States, what I was prescribed with.
Wow.
This time it took about 3 weeks.
The healthcare, I mean, there's so many different reasons why we're here. That's just another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hey, Angela, we definitely plan to explore other parts of Portugal. I think I was planning a trip to up north, but I think we're going to wait until Ron gets here because we got to do this meetup. We just got so much to do. What are your guys' plans on exploring?
Oh, well, we're trying to get through our CEF, which is March 14th,
Mm-hmm.
and Coimbra. Yeah, Coimbra. So once we
wait.
March.
Did we
14th.
know this?
I don't know. You keep saying that all over because everybody else is
Everybody's appointment is before
so
ours.
Forget it. You can't do anything about that.
Right. Well, is yours together?
Yes.
Yeah, at least ours was too.
Ours is together the same day, same place, same time.
I'm going to call and see if they can get something.
You had already called and they said no.
No, they didn't say no. They said they'll keep checking.
They checked. They said no.
They're going to keep checking.
I'll be honest.
Ours is not until May.
I was shocked. I'll be honest with you. I was very shocked.
Everybody's appointment is before ours.
Very shocked.
I'm feeling like a redheaded stepchild up in here. Okay, so you guys are going to Coimbra.
Right.
Yes,
Coimbra for that.
But after that,
After that, we plan on exploring all over Europe, not just Portugal, all over Europe. We can't wait. We're so excited about that.
Yes.
But there's so much, and kind of like you said earlier, every now and then we have to remind ourselves we live here because we're like, we need to go see this. We got to do this. We need to check out that. It's like, relax. You got time. You live here.
You got time. It's not like you're going to go back to the States and have to come back. This is the trip of a lifetime,
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the kind of things like, you feel like having pasta from Italy. You want to fly this weekend to Italy and get some pasta?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the prices are up to €35.
Yeah. Better grab it while you can.
Right?
It might go down.
Do you have to use a service to get the NIFR? You don't have to, Auntie Trey. You can do it yourself. And on the Facebook page, Friends and Americans in Portugal, she's got all
American
of the
Friends
how-to for DIY. But again, if you want to use Border.io, they're in the description, or relocate to Portugal. They're in the description. We didn't do it ourselves, so I can't tell you what you need to do to get it done on your own, but I can tell you where to get it, the information. Please provide a comparison between U.S. politics and the political structure there. Political structure, they are on a parliamentary structure. So it's different. It's, all of the parties, just like it is in England. So it's not the same kind of representative. It is a representative government, but it's a different structure. So they have a prime minister and they have a president. And the president picks the prime minister.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the politics.
It's a socialist country.
It is a socialist democracy.
Socialist democracy.
And that's very important because in Venezuela, it's socialist as well, but that's an autocracy. So this is a socialist democracy. So that's why they have universal health care, as well as a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. Last weekend, real quick, I had to do a follow-up and just went to a different hospital. And I'm thinking, okay, as a follow-up, I didn't go on the ambulance and I don't have those guys to speak for me. And came out $0.
Wow. So did they have your files from before, or you just told them what the deal was?
It was a totally different hospital. We told them what the situation, what happened. I was still having a few headaches and, my knee was bothering me a little bit, but just wanted to follow up just to make sure. So they did x-rays and just to see how things were. And he said, just, at most for a couple of days, take a few more, ibuprofen, you're going to be fine and you're good to go.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we did tell them what happened. So, I think they may be just, okay, we'll just get the money from them. You guys can go.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, just wow. First of all, that's the honor system.
Yes.
Right? It truly is. It truly is. Thank you, Vicki.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Vicki.
Thank you so much for the super sticker. And y'all are being gracious tonight. Lucille, thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you.
And Grethlin? I hope I said that right. Ms. Orr, thank you again for the super sticker, you guys. I think we're going to have enough for another scholarship really soon. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We so appreciate it. I'm blown away. I think this is the most we've ever gotten. In one show. Okay. 940 was okay, y'all. We gonna wrap it up here, but let me get to these last questions. So we had the political structure. Alicia's hilarious. Thank you, Professor. I'm in a good mood. Life is good. Life is good. So yeah, I'm assuming, Sharon, that's what you meant, the political structure and not the politics. But they are very protective of making sure that they don't go backwards. They really do teach about what happened April 25th, 1974, I believe.
I saw George on here.
George, the golden visa, it will end. The government stops the program. So George, we have a question because they're saying that they're ending it because of the housing, but there's more to the golden visa than just housing. So you can invest like $300,000 into scientific research with some company that already exists here.
I thought that went up to 1.5.
No, that was for something else.
Science and medical.
Yes, it wasn't quite that much. You can donate, some hundreds of thousands of euro towards the arts, like maybe the opera house, hey Rui, or something like that. So I'm not sure why they would end those things. If you create 10 jobs, you start a business and can create 10 jobs, you can get a golden visa. I don't know why they would end that. It seemed to me that it was just the housing piece, or is it the whole thing? Do you know? Because we were looking and we could not find any definitive answer. So good to have you in the chat. Let us know. And we've got another super sticker. Thank you, Auntie Trey. Thank you so much. Yay. All right.
You saw Rui?
No, but I know he's going to watch the rerun. I know he's going to watch the rerun, the replay. So I got to just say hi. All right, Tanya, what is your experience as a African-American same-sex cultural in Portugal? Have you experienced any of our subtle discrimination? Did we read that one already? Yeah, okay, so somehow we went backwards. Okay. How about laundry? Let's go down to the basics here.
You don't go there? Okay, let's go there.
My piece wants to know how you get your laundry done.
We do have a washer dryer combo. Now I will tell you, going to just be straight up honest. My mama did teach me how to use a washing machine, but every appliance we have here,
is it in Portuguese?
We had the manual for. They were all in English except for the one for the washing machine.
And these are all the appliances are SMEG. So I don't know if you've know about SMEG.
Good quality, great,
very good quality. That's what that.
Yes.
When we.
Yes, that's right.
SMEG, yeah. That's very expensive.
I used Google Translate and read that manual about 3-4 times. And just when I thought I had it, it would start, it would go, then it would stop for 3 minutes. Stop. We finally went to the laundromat and to use the laundromat, which was fantastic because y'all, you don't have to bring any laundry detergent. It's automatically in the laundry
Oh, that's nice.
It's automatically in the washing machine.
Okay.
Bring your dirty clothes. That's all. No laundry detergent, nothing. So the laundromat was fine. That worked good. Boo finally figured out how to use the washing machine. So we use that now.
YouTube.
Yeah.
There you go. YouTube. You got to love YouTube. Yeah. We don't have a dryer. We just have a washer. So we have to hang our clothes. We have an indoor one and an outdoor one that we use. And we live in a place where there's a courtyard. So our clothes are not hanging out over the street. They're in a courtyard.
Yes.
So there's still birds, but so far so good. They do have laundry services here too, my piece. It's not as inexpensive as like Mexico, but it is a third of the price of the United States. So we'll get, hey, Pinky, we will get the information from Penny and June on the attorney, and we will put that in the description after look tomorrow, because it's late. It's 10:17 here. So, but we'll get that information for you. So Rennie, utility bills. So yours was like 45 for the electricity.
45 for the electricity. Our water bill was about $23 and some change. 23 euros, excuse me, and some change. And we use Vodafone for our cable. So we have we got the highest speed internet, the 5G Fios. We've got cable with over 200 channels, 24 months of Amazon Prime and HBO Max and Disney for free, as well as one cell phone with unlimited data. And we got all three of those services run us $76 a month for all three.
We were paying 100 and something just for internet in the United States.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
So here, the stuff is not in our name, so we can't get a package with a cell phone. If we probably will kind of negotiate that so we can get the package deal. But I looked it up because it actually comes with a landline. We don't have a landline, but if you wanted a landline, it comes with a landline. We've got cable and internet, and it's 34 euro.
Yeah. We just found out about the landline last week.
We didn't even know we had one.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's a lot more affordable than what I'm used to in the United States anyway. Are the washers and dryers different in Portugal as far as the amount of time to wash? Yes, wash and dry clothes. Some people have said it takes a lot longer compared to the US. Yes. They use less water. And so It
It's
takes
like
2
2
hours,
hours.
2 hours to go through a cycle
Yeah.
to wash the clothes.
Yeah.
So yes, Karen Louise, absolutely. So Lisa, we talked about medical care and the cost. All right, I think we've done it. What is this? Hey, Laura, not a question, but you're going to make me cry talking about living around the corner from castles. I feel like. So she was just here. Are you gone already? Or are you still here? It is like living in a fairy tale. And I know, George, you probably think we're crazy because he's lived here all his life. But, you know, when you are from a country that's only 250 years old, ain't nothing that old, right? In the United States.
Yeah.
And it was built by folks who were the outcasts of Europe. Because if you were Duke so-and-so or Baron so-and-so or Lord so-and-so, you're not leaving unless you're in debtor's prison. Then you get sent.
Right.
So it was built by the outcasts, the losers, basically. And it shows in how the country is today because the chickens have come home to roost. How is your Portuguese? Now, my piece, why are you going to go there? Why are you going to go there? Do you feel you could navigate comfortably living around mostly locals? Are you taking lessons? So we both live around mostly locals.
Yes.
I will let you guys go first.
Our Portuguese is getting there. You know, we definitely are not fluent. Our plan is to be eventually at some point. I would love to be fluent in Portuguese. I think it's a beautiful language. Navigating comfortably around most locals. When we first got here, I told Babe, I said, I have got to learn this language because a lot of the locals, you go into the stores, a lot of them don't speak English, you know? And so it was just trying to really work our way around it. I felt so good when we learned like numbers so that they no longer had to turn the price thing around or write it down. They can say it now and I understand it. So we're getting there.
You better than us because sometimes they talk so fast. I'm like, I'm sorry.
And they do. They do. They talk very fast. I know a little Spanish. And so, you know, of course, as you do, some of the words, I can read it a whole lot better than I can speak it.
Right.
When I speak it, because the pronunciations, the vowels and stuff are different, I have to remember I'm not speaking Spanish.
Much different.
Yeah, I have to remember I'm not speaking Spanish, so it makes it a little more difficult. We're not taking lessons yet, basically just kind of doing some stuff on our own. Babe has a way of when we go somewhere and they start speaking to us in Portuguese and they say, do you speak Portuguese? She points to me like I do, and then they just go off.
Yeah.
She speaks Portuguese Spaniel.
Yeah, I'm like, don't do that.
Espan Portuguese.
You know, but we're very quick to when we go in some place to raise, you know, você fala inglês? You know, do you speak English? You know, and if they ask if we speak Portuguese, you know, a little bit, and I'll do my best to what I can say. I do my best to try to say, or if I don't know how to say it, you know, como se diz in Portuguese? How do you say this in Portuguese? I'm working at it because I really want to be able to. I want to go back to the States and just go off.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. So I'm Val. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Val. We've been taking lessons for 3 months.
Okay.
I'm still learning how to conjugate.
Yeah.
We've been taking lessons for 3 months. If you want to we take private lessons one-on-one via Zoom. And he takes an hour and then I take an hour. And so if you are interested in taking lessons, we take it through a platform called Preply. Information is down below. I think they're still offering 70% off your first lesson. Lessons can be as little as €4 or $4 per hour for a private lesson. So I think we pay $10 an hour for our private lessons, but that's one-on-one. And so I say that to say Portuguese is hard, and it's hard because if you know Spanish,
Mhm.
then you'll get the grammar. But it's hard because they swallow a lot of
Yes.
the letters and syllables, and so it just does, like, what they're saying and what you're reading does not make sense.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
it right there. Yeah.
Tayang, tayang.
That's it right there.
So just Spanish pronunciation, just throw it out the window. But reading it, and I think that I know that some people say it's harder if you know Spanish to learn Portuguese, but I disagree,
Mhm.
because so many of the verbs are exactly the same. They're just
Yes.
pronounced differently, and the
Yes.
test is written.
Yes.
The test is written. So I'm gonna pass that test in writing.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Right? So, because we getting our citizenship
Oh, you better
Yes.
believe it.
Yes.
up in here.
Yes. That part.
So yes, Sharon, did I tell you, girlfriend, we blend. We blend in. You
There's
cannot blend in if
here.
people ain't got your hair and your skin color.
Oh, yes.
There are so many Black folks here.
Yes.
So you will find salons and barbers that look like they could be your cousin.
Yes.
What were you going to say, Sweet
No, I was
Pea?
going to say, what was MT saying?
Oh, it just says Q.
No, up.
Oh, maybe this was
Q.
Oh, okay. I'm always concerned about natural disasters, especially after Turkey. Yes, any earthquakes or other disasters. Portugal's on my list. So they have had an earthquake here, but it was like a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
They can happen anywhere.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Natural
Yeah.
disasters can happen anywhere. Please don't limit yourself because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. But but I understand.
What did George say?
Wait, George, mother, come on. So, Alicia, I make my toast in a skillet on the stove with butter. Yes.
I did it this morning.
Yes.
She did.
See, that kebab we don't eat there. We don't eat normally. Went to Portuguese food because I never eat better in another place of the world. Brazil has good food. Italy has good food. Not pizza, the other type. Yes, I know, right? The pizza in Italy that I had, which is very, very okay. Like they were putting hot dogs on it.
Ooh.
But the pasta, yes, the pasta was on another level. So okay. How many bags or luggage did you guys bring?
I'm gonna let you answer that one.
We had 17
bags, 2 carry-ons, and 2 personals.
Where did all that stuff go? Oh, it's up in your storage unit.
14 of them were hers.
However, I have a business, and I will be starting my business here in Portugal as well. So,
okay.
In my defense,
so you had to have all your stuff for Penny's Kitchen.
I had to have a good number of it.
Okay.
Okay.
And we can't talk that much stuff because we shipped 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had 1 big one and 1 carry-on.
Good.
But we still have stuff in the shed in the backyard of the house in Denver.
Kind of have
that. I couldn't make decisions on it, and I didn't know what our life would look like, so I didn't know if it was to be given away or what.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, Auntie Trey, what reason would you have for not being accepted in the Fire Over 50 Facebook group? So the Fire Over 50 Facebook group is for people from the African diaspora, Black folks. And so you just have to answer the questions like, do you agree to follow the rules and stuff like that? And then we just need to be able to tell that you are Black. So Some people don't have pictures. They just have like their dog or flowers in the profile picture. And so and then they'd have nothing, or it's totally locked down on the Facebook page. So we either can't see anything, because we do take the chance and look at your profile, see, is Big Mama and them on there? Is all your family? We try to do everything, but that takes a lot of time. So it's easier if you have a profile picture that has your face on it, then we can just approve you right away. 1,800 per year is excellent. It is excellent. So yes. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. I keep saying that, but then I keep seeing more. How much did she pay for prescription? Yeah, we talked about that. So I think we answered that. How much do Penny and June pay for health insurance? You guys don't have health insurance yet?
Not yet. We're actually looking into that now because we want to make sure we have it before we go for our test.
Yes, definitely. And they'll probably pay less than us because they're younger and no pre-existing.
Not for me.
Not for her.
Okay. So Rick has a pre-existing, but it's the age really. Penny and June get their visa approvals before they return to Lisbon.
We came in December and we came on our tourist visas. We realized we still had 82 days left on our tourist visas, and we decided, why pay rent in two places? We already had our apartment set here, and I said, hey, let's go, and we can wait. We live there, get set up while we wait for our approval. 3 weeks after we got here, we got our approval.
That's great. So, and we did the same thing. We came on our tourist visa because we still had time left. Mm-hmm. But it was another month before we got our approval. So Grethlin, thank you so much. In the chat, underneath, right underneath where you would put your comment, there is a little $sign, I believe, and that's the thing that you push to do the super stickers and super chat. Not all free, but is a residual cost if you came with the prescription from your family doctor. Oh, okay. Thank you, George. See, our Portuguese folks. See, look, the thing is, George, I'm willing to go to Coimbra. I'm willing to go to the Silver Coast. Just let's get this thing done. We don't have to do it in Lisbon. I told them, anyway, we'll go up to Porto. Oh, Grethlin, you figured it out. Okay, great. Thank you. So yeah, I don't need to do it here. We just want to get, oh, baby. So
socialist government more now, not a,
it's not socialist. It's more of a socialist democracy, or more of a socialist society. So Sarah, if you understand what we're saying in English, baby, you're just making us work for it. You're just making us work for it. We live in a democracy since 1974. It is social because the government look to their own people, different from the U.S. Yes, it is. Yes. You live in a democracy and your government does not give nothing to their own people. You're absolutely right.
You're right.
You are absolutely right.
Yes.
We pay a lot of taxes. We pay a lot of taxes.
Yes.
Especially middle class and poor folk pay a lot of taxes. Rich people don't. Our Rich Journey did a video today about the golden visa. Yeah, we saw that. Thank you, Greta. We love us some Christina and Aman.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, we wouldn't even be here if it weren't for them. Because I wasn't paying attention to Portugal before them. BP. I'm packing down comforter, bathrobe, rain boots, French press. I think I topped one suitcase.
Wow.
All right now. So we use the vacuum pack.
Yes, we did too. We did.
But that does not make it any less heavy. So you
True.
got more
Yeah, you
room,
still
but
have
it's
the
still,
weight.
but you still got the weight.
Yes, yeah.
89, I was in New York. Okay.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, George. And New Orleans, the architecture is pretty, but it smells. It does. And I've yet to get some good gumbo down there. How is it now that COVID seems to be a very low concern? Too many tourists? Oh, did I say that out loud?
Mm-hmm.
I still see quite a few people here wearing masks too.
Yeah, we do. We
Yeah.
do. We do. We do. We do. And I have to say, like, people ask, when is the low season? I'm not sure, George, you can help us out here. Is there a low season anymore? It just seems like I took a walk today. I passed by the castle, Sao Jorge Castle. And, like I was having to avoid folks and folk, snaps. What are you snapping at? Ain't nothing here. And they just snapping away. And I'm trying to do my walk and get, so I can have my dessert.
Right?
Yes.
And there were plenty of folks. It had rained. It didn't matter. It wasn't cold, but it had rained. It's not like the weather is great. It's just okay. But they were out in full force down there by the castle and Alfama and all of that area over there. And then I saw the cruise ships. So those folks were here.
George said it's still a low season.
Well done in your Portuguese. Oh, thank you. But that's just because of Spanish. I'm not going to even take credit. So yes, still the low season here. There's a lot of folks, y'all. There's a lot of people, but there's like a magic barrier when we pass Pingo Dos and come like a block past Pingo Dos, they disappear like magic. No more tourists. So where we are, it's like 3 blocks from a major tourist area. No, maybe about 8 blocks.
Isn't Graça?
Graça, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's about 8 blocks. So 10-minute walk. And then there's just like this magic barrier and they don't come past that street. And it's like, okay, back to my area.
I think the tram diverts.
Yeah. Where the trolleys.
The trolley.
So, all right. I think we did it, y'all. I think we did it. I just want to thank you guys so much. Anything that you want to leave people with how your life has changed from leaving America, tragedy to tranquility. And people need to, like we said, Portugal's not for everyone, but we want you to find your own tranquility wherever it is. What would you like to leave them with, June and Penny?
All I can say is, from my experience, and at least Rick, I told you this before, my son changed my life in his birth and in his death. In his birth, because he was my firstborn. In his death, because he taught me that life is short. And do not allow anyone or anything to dictate your happiness.
Yes. Not
where you live, not who you're around. I live my life with 3 things: love, life, laughter. I'm going to love who I want to love. And I love everybody. I don't have time to look at you funny because of your color, your nothing. I'm going to live my life to the fullest because life is short.
Yes.
And I'm going to laugh my way through everything.
Yes.
I don't have time to hold grudges. Life is too short, people. Don't work yourself to death. Don't stress yourself out. Enjoy this life that God has given us. Every day when you wake up, it's another day for you to be able to say, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to love everybody, and I'm going to laugh my way through it.
Yes. I love it. And so does the audience. Anything to add?
I can't really top that. She said it all.
I love it. Okay. All right. And that's the thing. So Michelle is closing us out, headed to Lisbon in November, and hope to meet up with both of you. Send us an email, Michelle. We'll go to brunch.
Yeah, we'll do brunch.
We'll go to brunch and we will invite Penny and June. Maybe they'll have their YouTube channel by then.
Yes, we will talk after.
Okay. All right. So y'all, you have given so much today. We want you to live the life of your dreams. We're not on here like, look at us. Ain't we special? We're not special. We are not special. We just made a decision and figured out how to make it happen. And we had to do it without us to help. Younger people had done it, right? With a lot more money, but there weren't people who were of a certain age, getting up to a certain age with less money that were showing how they did it.
Right.
And so we have a course that's going on right now. It's called Beyond the Bling. Well, it's going on indefinitely, but right now we're still in the area where we're offering the bonus live Q&A sessions. So there's 2 more to go, and it's very affordable. We're giving 1 scholarship away. As I said, email us at hello@ourblackutopia.com. In it, we will go through investing. We will go through creating your unbudget, because we don't believe in taking time to unless you love doing that, itemizing everything.
Spreadsheets.
If you love doing that, then that's fine. But there is a way to do it, to save what you need to save, to make sure you have what you need without doing that. And so we go through that. Spending assessment, real estate investing, stock investing, starting a side hustle, all of that is in the course. It's called Beyond the Bling, Money Mindset for Financial Independence. Information is below. And with that, we love y'all, and we will see you later. Bye.
Thank you so
guys.
much.